Imagine a country where bullet trains travel at 320 kilometers per hour. 1,000-year-old temples stand next to neon skyscrapers. Robots serve you coffee while monks meditate in gardens. 4 distinct seasons paint the landscape in different colors. People bow to show respect, and silence is a form of politeness. This country is Japan, a nation of 125 million people living on islands smaller than California. Today, you're going to discover why Japan is one of the most unique countries on Earth. Welcome to Geography English. Let's explore together. Welcome back to English Together, and welcome back to Geography English, where you learn English naturally while discovering the world's most fascinating places. I'm your guide, and today we're traveling to East Asia, to an island nation that has captivated the world's imagination, a country that preserved ancient traditions while becoming a technological superpower. A land of contradictions, quiet and loud, old and new, simple and complex. Today's destination, Japan, the land of the rising sun. Let's begin our journey. Japan is a paradox. It's a country where businessmen in suits rush past Buddhist temples on their way to work, where you can eat a 500-year-old traditional meal using your smartphone to pay, where the world's fastest trains run with 99.97% on-time accuracy, an average delay of less than 1 minute per year. Japan has more vending machines than people in some neighborhoods, over 5 million vending machines for 125 million people. Japan is the third largest economy in the world, yet its land area is smaller than Montana. 75% of Japan is mountains. Most people live crowded together on the remaining 25% of flat land near the coast. Japan sits on the Ring of Fire, a zone of intense volcanic and earthquake activity. The country experiences over 1,500 earthquakes every year, yet its buildings are among the safest in the world. Japan is a country that turned its challenges into strengths. By the end of this video, you'll understand Japan's geography, culture, and mindset, and you'll see why this island nation has such an enormous impact on the world. Are you ready? Let's explore. Part 1. Where is Japan? Japan is an island nation located in East Asia in the Pacific Ocean. Location: Japan is an archipelago, a chain of islands. It consists of 6,852 islands, but only about 430 are inhabited. The 4 main islands are Honshu, the largest, where Tokyo is located; Hokkaido, the northernmost island, known for snow; Kyushu, the southernmost major island; and Shikoku, the smallest of the 4. Neighboring countries. Japan doesn't share land borders with any country. It's completely surrounded by water. Across the sea, Japan's nearest neighbors are South Korea to the west, about 200 kilometers away; China to the west; Russia to the north, very close to Hokkaido. To the east is the vast Pacific Ocean. There's nothing between Japan and the United States except thousands of kilometers of open water. Size and population. Japan's total land area is 377,975 square kilometers, about the size of Germany or Montana. But Japan's population is 125 million people, much larger than Germany's 83 million. This makes Japan one of the most densely populated countries in the world. For comparison, Japan is slightly smaller than California, but has 3 times more people than California. Japan has half the population of the United States, living in an area the size of one U.S. state. Most Japanese people live in urban areas. In fact, 92% of Japan's population lives in cities, one of the highest urbanization rates in the world. Capital and major cities. The capital is Tokyo, one of the largest metropolitan areas on Earth. Greater Tokyo, Tokyo and surrounding cities, has over 38 million people. That's more than the entire population of Canada, all living in one urban area. Tokyo is not just Japan's capital, it's the political, economic, and cultural heart of the nation. Other major cities are Osaka, known for food, business, and a more relaxed culture than Tokyo; Kyoto, the ancient capital, famous for temples, shrines, and traditional culture; Nagoya, industrial center, home to Toyota; Sapporo, largest city on Hokkaido, famous for winter sports and beer; Fukuoka, gateway to Asia on Kyushu Island. Part 2. Japan's dramatic geography. A land of mountains. 75% of Japan is mountainous. Steep, forested mountains cover most of the country. This means that most of Japan is uninhabitable or difficult to build on. People, farms, and cities are squeezed into the narrow coastal plains and valleys. The highest mountain is Mount Fuji, or Fuji-san, standing at 3,776 meters. It's an active volcano, though it last erupted in 1707. Mount Fuji is more than just a mountain. It's a symbol of Japan. It appears in art, poetry, and religion. Climbing Mount Fuji is considered a spiritual journey. Japan has over 100 active volcanoes. Volcanic activity has shaped the landscape, creating hot springs or onsen, fertile soil, and unique rock formations. The Japanese have learned to live with volcanoes. They monitor them constantly, build earthquake-resistant buildings, and practice regular disaster drills. Islands and coastline. Japan's coastline is incredibly long, 29,751 kilometers. That's almost as long as Earth's circumference at the equator. The coastline is jagged and irregular, with countless bays, peninsulas, and small islands. This geography has made Japan a nation connected to the sea. Fishing has been central to Japanese life for thousands of years. Sushi, sashimi, and seafood dominate the cuisine. Ports and shipping are vital to the economy. The sea both protects Japan and connects it to the world. Some famous coastal features: Itsukushima Shrine on Miyajima Island, or the floating Torii Gate; Okinawa Islands in the south, tropical climate, unique culture; Matsushima Bay, considered one of Japan's 3 most scenic views. Rivers and lakes. Because Japan is mountainous and narrow, its rivers are short and flow rapidly from mountains to the sea. The longest river is the Shinano River at 367 kilometers, short compared to rivers in larger countries. Rivers in Japan are important for hydroelectric power, rice farming, rivers provide irrigation, transportation historically. Japan's largest lake is Lake Biwa near Kyoto. It's over 4 million years old, one of the oldest lakes in the world. The Ring of Fire. Japan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone where tectonic plates collide. This location brings both danger and benefits. Dangers: earthquakes. Japan experiences over 1,500 earthquakes per year. Most are small, but major earthquakes can be devastating. Tsunamis. Underwater earthquakes can trigger massive ocean waves. The 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami killed over 15,000 people. Volcanic eruptions. Active volcanoes can erupt with little warning. Benefits. Hot springs, or onsen. Geothermal activity creates thousands of natural hot springs. Onsen culture is a beloved part of Japanese life. Fertile soil. Volcanic ash creates rich soil for farming. Geothermal energy. Japan uses volcanic heat to generate electricity. Japanese building codes are among the strictest in the world. Buildings must withstand strong earthquakes. During the 2011 earthquake, magnitude 9.1, most modern buildings survived intact. Climate zones. Japan stretches from north to south over 3,000 kilometers. This creates diverse climate zones. Hokkaido, north, cold winters with heavy snow, cool summers, similar to Canada or Scandinavia, famous for skiing and snow festivals. Central Japan, Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, 4 distinct seasons: hot, humid summers, 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, cold winters, 0 to 10 degrees Celsius, beautiful spring, cherry blossoms, and autumn, fall colors. Okinawa, south, subtropical climate, warm year-round, similar to Hawaii, coral reefs and tropical beaches. The rainy season, or tsuyu, every June to July, Japan experiences a rainy season called tsuyu. It rains almost every day for several weeks. This rain is essential for rice farming. Typhoons. August to October is typhoon season. Powerful tropical storms bring heavy rain and strong winds. Modern infrastructure handles most typhoons well, but they can still cause damage. Part 3. Japanese culture. Harmony, respect, and precision. Japanese culture is deep, complex, and fascinating. Let's explore some key aspects. Language. The official language is Japanese. Japanese uses 3 writing systems: kanji, Chinese characters, thousands of them; hiragana, phonetic script for Japanese words; katakana, phonetic script for foreign words. Learning to read Japanese fluently requires knowing over 2,000 kanji characters. Japanese students spend years mastering their own writing system. English is taught in schools, but many Japanese people are shy about speaking it. They can often read and write English better than they can speak it. Japanese is a high-context language. Meaning depends heavily on context, tone, and what's left unsaid. Directness is often considered rude. Social etiquette. Japanese culture values 1. Respect, keigo, polite language. Bowing is the standard greeting, not shaking hands. The depth of the bow shows the level of respect. Language changes based on who you're speaking to, formal versus casual. 2. Harmony, or wa. Avoiding conflict is important. Group harmony is valued over individual opinion. Saying no directly is often avoided. 3. Cleanliness. Streets are remarkably clean despite few public trash cans. People remove shoes when entering homes. Public baths, or sento or onsen, have strict washing rules. 4. Punctuality. Being late is considered very rude. Trains run exactly on time. If you're meeting someone, arrive early. 5. Quiet public behavior. Talking loudly on trains is frowned upon. Phone calls on public transit are considered rude. Eating while walking is generally avoided. These cultural rules might seem strict, but they create a society where millions of people can live close together peacefully. Religion and philosophy. Japan practices a unique blend of religions. Shintoism, indigenous Japanese religion, focuses on nature spirits or kami, shrines with torii gates or orange or red gates, important for celebrations, births, weddings, and New Year's. Buddhism came from China and Korea around 1500 years ago, focuses on temples, meditation, and enlightenment, important for funerals and memorials. Most Japanese people practice both religions. They might have a Shinto wedding and a Buddhist funeral. They visit shrines for good luck and temples for reflection. Religion in Japan is more about culture and tradition than strict belief. Many Japanese people say they're not religious, yet they participate in religious festivals and rituals. Traditional arts. Japan has preserved many ancient art forms. Tea ceremony. Ritualized preparation and drinking of matcha, green tea. Emphasizes mindfulness, respect, and simplicity. It can take years to master. Calligraphy, or shodo. Artistic writing of kanji characters. Requires years of practice. Combines art, meditation, and discipline. Ikebana, or flower arranging. Minimalist floral arrangements. Every element has meaning. Balance, simplicity, and negative space are key. Martial arts. Judo, karate, kendo, and aikido. Emphasize discipline, respect, and self-improvement. Do means way or path. Martial arts are spiritual paths, not just fighting. Traditional theater. No, slow, symbolic, masked theater. Kabuki, dramatic, colorful theater. Bunraku, puppet theater. These traditions survive because Japanese society values preserving the past while embracing the future. Food culture. Japanese cuisine is world-famous and incredibly diverse. Staple foods. Rice, the foundation of most meals. Fish and seafood, fresh, raw, grilled, or fried. Vegetables, pickled, steamed, or in soups. Miso soup, fermented soybean paste soup. Noodles, ramen, udon, and soba. Famous dishes. Sushi, raw fish on vinegared rice. Ramen, noodle soup with various broths and toppings. Tempura, lightly battered and fried vegetables or seafood. Tonkatsu, breaded fried pork cutlet. Okonomiyaki, savory pancake with various ingredients. Takoyaki, octopus balls, street food. Food culture rules. Say itadakimasu before eating, expressing gratitude. Slurping noodles is polite. It shows you're enjoying them. Tipping is not done. It can even be offensive. Finish your rice. Leaving rice is wasteful and rude. Japan has more Michelin-starred restaurants than any country except France. Pop culture. Modern Japanese pop culture has global influence. Anime and manga. Japanese animation or anime and comics or manga. Massive industry worth billions. Famous series Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and Studio Ghibli films. Video games, Nintendo, Sony PlayStation, and Sega. Iconic characters, Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, and Final Fantasy. Fashion: Harajuku street fashion. Minimalist design: Uniqlo and Muji. Kawaii, or cute culture. Technology: robotics, high-speed trains, consumer electronics. Japan seamlessly blends ancient traditions with cutting-edge modernity. Part 4. From Ruins to Global Power. Historical context. For over 200 years, 1600s to 1800s, Japan was almost completely isolated from the world. Foreigners couldn't enter, and Japanese couldn't leave. In 1868, Japan ended isolation and began rapid modernization during the Meiji Restoration. In World War II, 1941 to 1945, Japan fought against the United States and its allies. The war ended with atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, killing over 200,000 people. Japan was devastated. Cities were destroyed. The economy collapsed. But within 30 years, Japan became the second largest economy in the world, now third after China surpassed it. This recovery is called the Japanese economic miracle. Modern economy. Today, Japan is the third largest economy in the world, with a GDP of about $4.2 trillion. Key industries: 1. Automobiles: Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mazda, Subaru. Japanese cars are known for reliability and efficiency. Japan is the world's third largest car producer. 2. Electronics: Sony, Panasonic, Canon, Nikon, Toshiba. Japan pioneered consumer electronics, though competition from South Korea and China has increased. 3. Robotics. Japan leads the world in industrial robots, developing humanoid robots for elderly care, robot hotels, robot restaurants. 4. High-speed rail. The Shinkansen, or bullet train, revolutionized transportation, speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour, connects major cities across Japan. Famous for punctuality and safety, 0 passenger fatalities in 60 years. 5. Animation and entertainment. Anime, manga, video games, massive cultural export. Work culture. Japanese work culture is intense. Long working hours, though this is slowly changing. Strong company loyalty, hierarchical structure. Overwork. Karoshi, death from overwork, is a recognized problem. Japan is trying to reform work culture to improve work-life balance, especially as the population ages. Innovation and technology. Japan is known for toilets with heated seats, bidets, and sound effects. Vending machines selling everything: hot drinks, cold drinks, food, umbrellas. Capsule hotels, tiny sleeping pods. Convenience stores, conveni, open 24/7, selling quality food. Automated parking systems, earthquake early warning systems. Japanese innovation often focuses on solving practical problems with elegance and efficiency. Part 5. Japan's modern challenges. Despite its success, Japan faces serious challenges. 1. Aging population. Japan has one of the oldest populations in the world. 29% of Japanese people are over 65 years old. Birth rate is extremely low, 1.3 children per woman. Population is shrinking, 125 million now, projected 88 million by 2065. Why is this happening? High cost of living, especially in cities. Long working hours leave little time for family. changing attitudes about marriage and children, women increasingly prioritizing careers, consequences, fewer workers to support growing number of retirees, strain on healthcare and pension systems, labor shortages in many industries, villages and rural areas becoming depopulated, ghost towns. 2. Natural disasters. Living with earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons is a constant reality. The 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami was devastating. Magnitude 9.1 earthquake. Tsunami waves up to 40 meters high. Over 15,000 deaths. Fukushima nuclear disaster. Japan has invested heavily in earthquake-resistant buildings, early warning systems, tsunami walls, and disaster preparedness education, but the threat remains constant. 3. Economic stagnation. After decades of rapid growth, Japan's economy has struggled since the 1990s. The lost decades saw low economic growth, deflation, which sounds good but hurts the economy, high public debt. Japan is trying to revitalize the economy through tourism promotion, tech innovation, encouraging immigration, difficult in a traditionally homogeneous society. 4. Immigration debate. Japan has historically been very resistant to immigration. Less than 2% of the population is foreign-born. With a shrinking population, Japan needs workers, but cultural attitudes toward immigration are slowly changing. Part 6. Why Japan fascinates the world. Japan is a country of beautiful contradictions. Ancient temples and neon cities, silent Zen gardens and noisy pachinko parlors, formal tea ceremonies and robot cafes. Japan shows that a nation can honor its past while racing toward the future. Japan teaches us important lessons. First, discipline and attention to detail can create excellence. Japanese craftsmanship, whether in sushi, cars, or electronics, is world-renowned. Second, respect for others creates harmony. Japanese politeness isn't fake. It's how 125 million people live together peacefully in a small space. Third, challenges can be opportunities. Living on earthquake-prone islands with little flat land forced Japan to innovate. Fourth, tradition and modernity can coexist. You don't have to abandon the past to embrace the future. If you ever visit Japan, you'll experience a country unlike any other. Trains that arrive exactly on time. Streets with no trash cans yet perfectly clean. Vending machines on every corner. People who bow to say thank you. Food that looks like art. Technology that seems from the future. Temples that have stood for 1,000 years. You'll understand why millions of people fall in love with Japan. Let's review important vocabulary. Geographic terms. Archipelago, chain of islands. Tectonic plates, large pieces of Earth's crust that move. Ring of fire, zone of volcanic and earthquake activity. Tsunami, large ocean wave caused by underwater earthquake. Urbanization, movement of people to cities. Cultural terms. Homogeneous, similar, not diverse. used for populations. Etiquette, rules of polite behavior. Harmony, peace and agreement. Preservation, keeping something as it was. Other words, paradox, something that seems contradictory. Dense, crowded, many in small space. Resilient, able to recover from difficulties. Innovation, new ideas or methods. Stagnation, lack of growth or progress. Thank you for exploring Japan with me today. If you enjoyed this journey through Geography English, hit subscribe. Every week we visit a new country, and you improve your English while discovering the world. What surprised you most about Japan? Share in the comments. Vote. Which country should we explore next in Geography English? Egypt, pyramids, Nile, ancient history. Brazil, Amazon, beaches, carnival. Norway, fjords, northern lights, Vikings. Your suggestion. The most requested country wins. Tomorrow, we return to motivational stories with a powerful lesson about overcoming obstacles. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, we're learning English together. Sayonara.